Oh boy. It begins. I know, some of you may be asking, how the hell am I playing this game early? And the answer is, I pre-ordered the Champions Edition of the game, which allows you to play it a couple of days early. Yes, I know. What the hell am I doing? How can I pre-order this game, especially considering how disastrous F122 was? And to that I say, shut up, I do what I want. And with that out of the way, I think you can kind of guess what we're going to do today. In case you've forgotten what my feelings for Breaking Point Part 1 were, I don't blame you, it's been 2 years since. I enjoyed Part 1 a lot, and I thought it was the best part of F1 2021. However, I would have loved if the story delved into the characters' past a little bit more, especially Devon Butler's and Casper Ackerman's. And yes, I do remember the little news snippet that talked about some of Casper's career highlights, but in my opinion that was too little too late. And one of the things that hooked me up on Breaking Point 2 is, how the hell are Aiden and Casper working for Butler's team? Okay, Butler's dad team I am assuming, but the point is, how are they working for the guy that caused all their mess in the first place? And well, I don't want to wait anymore, so let's do this.
Previously, in Breaking Point.
Aiden, please tell us, how does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your very first race?
I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes.
And tell me about Casper Ackerman. How is that relationship coming along?
It wasn't my fault.
Well, whose fault was it then?
He tried to stop them from signing you. Didn't want to play babysitter. We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him.
I had a call this morning from Christian Horner. You're being watched.
You know what his problem is, don't you? Thinks you're getting too old.
You want respect, you give respect! That's how it works!
How about you give me a little respect?
How about you earn it first? I'm done.
You what?
I'm retiring.
Why didn't it work out between you two?
He's on more money than me.
What? He didn't want me on the team.
Didn't I? And you thought I was past my best?
So none of this is true.
There's always gossip in the paddock. And ever since he's arrived, there's been one man at the center of it all. I want us to push for fourth. I want us to beat Butler. And I want that seat to go to you.
So Alfa Romeo potentially on track to really upset Alfa Tauri here. Butler's closing in on Ackerman. Down the inside he goes, and they hit each other. Butler into the barrier, and that looks to be the end of the race for him. The Dutchman looks to be continuing and...
It's great to see him still in this fight, Crofty.
Go to third, Aiden. What about Casper?
We let Aiden pass.
Let Aiden pass.
We did it.
We did it. Have you seen the crash?
Butler's okay?
Bruised ego, perhaps.
What was it like bringing a brand new team to the F1 grid?
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, with your branding, your name on it, in an official race, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
You make it sound like a dream come true.
If only.
When did you first get a sense of what was in store for KONNERSPORT?
2022 season, straight out of the box. The drivers were always going to clash. That was a calculated risk. But the car... the car had problems.
We're midway through the Miami Grand Prix. It's been a cracking race so far, and it's all up for grabs.
Absolutely, Crofty. Some fantastic driving here today. Especially, I have to say, from Aiden Jackson. I don't think I've ever seen the KONNERSPORT car being put through its paces quite like this.
This is a team, KONNERSPORT, that have got a lot to prove this season, but Jackson might just be the man to do it.
Stai andando bene, Aiden.
Coraggio, proviamo a ridurre il disagio.
Oh, fuck. Okay, let me do one thing real quick.
A few moments later.
Okay, attempt number 2. Because apparently, if you switch the game to English, it doesn't automatically make Mark speak English. There we go, past Sonoda. And now I think that I want to know right away is if Alfa Romeo is what is meant to be the canon team for part 1, or if I restart this thing, they're just gonna be different. The team that Aiden and Casper are racing for, and Butler as well, is gonna be different. But anyway, yeah, KONNERSPORT, or as I like to call it, Michael Andretti, go fuck yourself. Oh god! Ooh, that was a lunge and a half. Oh my god. Side by side with Bottas, into the main straight, there we go. Also, oh boy. I will be completely honest and say that I haven't tried this game all that much. I did like one quick lap around Losail and Las Vegas, and that was literally it. That is the extent of my experience with this game. There we go. Past Russell. Last lap of the race. Very nice. Gasoline icon in the pits. On the outside of Sainz. There we go. Actually, here's one thing that I want to learn right away. Who's my teammate? Oh, Devon. Okay. Past Verstappen. There we go. Very nice. DRS open. Oi, little contact with Leclerc there. There we go. Okay.
I'm losing power! Why am I losing power? Copy that, we see it, we're looking into it. Okay, I'm afraid you're gonna have to retire the car, please, Aiden. Retire the car. You're joking! I'm sorry, Aiden. Pull over now, please. Pull over now. This is getting ridiculous.
And that's agonising for Jackson. Just a few laps left to go, and he's out of the Miami Grand Prix.
With every race, the car looks like a constant problem for KONNERSPORT. It must be devastating for the drivers.
Confirmation as the car comes to a halt. The KONNERSPORT's Aiden Jackson won't be seeing the checkered flag today, but it looks like his teammate will. Jackson's DNF puts Devon Butler in a position where he might just be able to secure some points for KONNERSPORT.
Aiden's out. Yep, engine problem, I'm afraid. Good job you got me. All right, Devon, don't push it too hard. We cannot risk losing both cars here. It's in the bag, mate. All okay, Aiden? Yeah, how's Devon doing? Yeah, he's doing all right, mate. He looks like he's going to bring home some points for the team. Good for him.
If it's not one thing, then it's another. Did you not see what happened out there today?
Aiden, I agree with you 100%. We are doing everything we can. I know the car is not perfect, but...
Andreo, it's every race. Do you know how I look losing easy points like this?
Knock. Sounds like there's a right show going on in here. What am I missing?
Not now, Devon.
Aiden and I were just discussing issues with the car.
Again? I thought that was all in hand. I had no problems today. Smooth. You know what they say? A shoddy workman always blames his tools. Mate. You can look at my setup data any time you want. I've told you that. It might help.
And I've told you before. It's not a setup issue. The problem is...
Jackson, that was the problem with the 2022 season. Ask anyone. I mean, at the end of 21, everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big three. But, guess they couldn't reach an agreement, so we both signed for KONNERSPORT.
And do you think that affected Aiden?
That's no secret. Now, for that 22 season, Jackson was a nightmare.
Okay, between store events, return to the hub. Here you can check the latest news, social feed, emails, emerging phone calls from our characters throughout the course of Breaking Point 2. The character control in this house can change from visit to visit, each one offering a different perspective of life at KONNERSPORT. Oh, that's kinda cool. Performance reputation, okay, from here you'll also be able to check the level of performance reputation. This new addition to Breaking Point 2 will fluctuate based on your action, both on and off the track. Getting a higher level in each rating will result in a wider range of response available in both press interviews and department events. Performance is largely related to how well you and the KONNERSPORT team perform during races. It'll be affected by things such as your finishing position or if you manage to secure the fast lap of the race. Be mindful of the other factors outside of the race may also affect your performance. Reputation is all you do with how the media, fans, and F1 world perceive you and the team. From appearing frustrated in a post-race interview throughout performing your levels on track, all of this will be reflected by your reputation level. Okay. News, social posts, emails, and phone calls can all be impacted by your actions elsewhere in Breaking Point 2. These talk about highlight if a piece of content you present to your actions, which each representing a different source. From reputation, performance, on-track action, or press and department event choices, you'll be able to identify how the F1 world is responding to your choices and decisions. And if that's the case, let's go check it out right away. The challenges set in Formula 1 team, but as we know, our newcomers will face uphill struggle because the computer and footing with more experience and well established. Oh, hello.
Aiden, hey, I wanted to give you a heads up. Now look, the crew has shared the latest telemetry data with us.
Fine, but I don't think it will tell me anything I don't already know.
Just humor me, okay? I'd like you to go through it. Let me know if anything jumps out. I'm keen to iron out these problems as quickly as possible for you.
Sure thing. Thanks, Andrea.
No thanks needed. I've got your back, Aiden. Remember what I said when you joined the team. I won't let you down. Ackerman wouldn't let me hear the end of it.
Yeah, sounds like Casper. You know he told me the same, right? It's just tricky, what with the car and Devin poking his nose in any chance he gets.
There is a lot going on for sure, but we're a team. We'll get there. I'll have a word with the Devon. Tell him to give you some space, both on and off the track, okay?
Yeah, alright. Good luck with that.
Anyway, where was I? Formed by Joe Connor, the owner and CEO of the global recognized KONNERSPORT brand, this racing team is an alpha with a lot to prove. Yeah, with a car that's showing all the signs common to a fledgling team with constant recurring faults that have marred almost every race since the start of the season, the question still remains. Will KONNERSPORT have the fortune to succeed whereas they failed, or will they be left spinning their wheels and able to find their form? God only knows. Of course, we expect the rivalry between such heavy hitters as Hamilton and Verstappen to take center stage, and the race weekend so far this year have been disappointed. I don't know what you smoked, but you should probably change dealer because the 2022 season was literally Verstappen and then everyone else. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? With Aiden Jackson and Devin Butler consistently bumping wheels off and off the track last year, a trend that seems to have carried over, many fans have been left wondering if KONNERSPORT's gamble on sending the polarized pair as indeed paid off. From what we've seen so far this season, however, we propose that the jury is still very much out. Ooh, okay. While Butler's Jr. and Sr. might be the ones currently making headlines this season, Formula 1 is no stranger to father and son. Two of the drivers on the grid, of course, backed by the wealthy father, not just Devin Butler at KONNERSPORT, but also Lance Stroll at Aston Martin, whose father Lawrence owns the team. Elsewhere, it's in the history books, rather than team meetings, where sons and fathers interact. Mick Schumacher has followed in his father's Michael Schumacher's footsteps into Formula 1, while Nico Rosberg follows for the KK all the way to the World Drivers' Championship. Adrian Graham and Damon Hill are the only two pairs of father and son champions. The double of Gilles and Jacques Villeneuve aren't far behind. Gilles finished as runner-up in 79 to Jody Scheckter, and Jacques went on one in 97, and then went on to win absolutely fucking nothing after that. But major sporting events don't just happen overnight. The Grand War to ensure Miami's smooth reception of the pinnacle of motorsport doesn't begin this weekend, but in fact began 4 years ago, when a proposal was first submitted in 2018. Upon first submission, it was thought that 2019 was a viable target for a debut Grand Prix, but that was delayed first to 2021 and now to 2022 after being needed some final logistic details confirming. Miami, of course, is no slouch when it comes to motorsporting history, having hosted Grand Prix and other classifications before. The Grand Prix of Miami in IndyCar, the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, Daytona, and well, it's not exactly Miami, but it's still in the state of Florida. The Daytona 500, there's a lot of the 12 Hours of Sebring, which is again not Miami, it's still in Florida. Florida does have a pretty rich motorsport history. Now it makes F1 bow, but one thing is for sure, although the road here was long, the future is even longer. Miami has signed a 10-year deal. I suppose they could learn to get used to such an enticing location. And that was the last of the headlines. Let me check the social. Okay, that's Ben Daly. Rosanna Tennant. Arava. Devon Butler, David Coulthard, Anthony Davidson, and there we go. Okay. Team, I appreciate how hard everyone is working. We are getting so much right. And I also understand how infuriating it can be for everyone when a problem persists and it simply won't go away. Rest assured, both myself and the management team are acutely aware of the continuing issues with the car, and we actively apply to address them as quickly as possible. Getting our optimal performance and elevating everyone's stress level in the process is our top priority. I'll be in touch with each department separately so we can formulate a unified strategy. We'll get there. Nice fucking type, Andreo. Thank you again for all your patience and hard work. Okay, that's Demo's father. To all at KONNERSPORT, I appreciate this is a group message, but believe me when I say I'm talking to each of you individually. Thank you. I couldn't be proud of what we've achieved so far. To come from nothing and build such a strong and passionate foundation is nothing short of remarkable. Now let's get some serious points and show the world what we're capable of. My deepest gratitude to all, D. I have a small question. What the fuck kind of name is Davidoff? And with that, we're gonna end it here. So, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and click notification bell so you get it the next video drops. I have nothing else to say other than see you next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.